got your popcorn, you've got your beverage of choice. Let's talk about the thorough domination of EKU. Now, first, we're going to start with the Pink Seats pick update. Louisville won 51-17. Unfortunately, that was not covering the 38.5 point spread that was set. So everyone on the podcast goes 0-1. So unfortunate there.
That was frustrating.
It was frustrating because there were a couple of fluky plays that really turned the game. Like the second Miller Moss interception was just, at that point, you just kind of got to look to the sky and wonder who you slighted in a past life for that to end up being an interception. And
Seriously.
then the Brady Allen play in the second half, that's just someone who doesn't have a lot of game experience. So overall, though, just general thoughts from game day. I wasn't expecting as big of a crowd as we got. I was kind of pumped to see we got 50K like actually at the game. That was really cool to see, especially for a team like EKU.
That was sick. I did not expect to see that many people. I was very happy to be back in traffic with everyone. So it was nice. I mean, tailgate scene was awesome from what it looked like, the outside of the stadium. And then once we got in there, it was just, I mean, like we haven't skipped a beat. It was awesome.
Yeah, so had a great time at the tailgate. There were a ton of people out there. I don't know if they sold more parking passes this year or what, but I was very pleasantly surprised at the amount of traffic in the lot. It was great. And of course, I always get there as soon as it opens, so I was able to watch like all the people pile in. And then like we're like 3 hours before kickoff, and I'm already like, hey, parking spots it's not quite super scarce, but it's pretty crowded in the green lot. All right, we're doing good things.
Another thing to say too, like to continue to watch for, is you guys were recording the man on the street, and then there was Sim on the street as well doing his recordings out there with all of Card Nation. So be on the lookout for those guys. Oh yeah, that stuff's awesome. So
yeah, that is a staple we would like to incorporate at every game, because that was a hoot. Other things outside of the game, the Yeti promotion that they're going to be doing at every game. I feel like this is up there with the Glow game as a potential flop of a promotion.
I like this one. I like this one. I like it. I like this
one. I like it, but there weren't hardly any. I think it was allocated.
See, I didn't get in. I knew I wasn't getting in there early enough today to even figure, or Saturday to even figure that. So
well, there were only, I think, like 12 stands that they were at, and I think each one only had like 24, 25 Yetis that were allocated. So it's like you had 50,000 people at a game, and you had, 300 units to sell of what you know is going to be a hot ticket item. I was shocked that there were so little of them.
Right. I didn't know that there was that little, but I expected, I don't know. I don't know what I really expected with those. I think it's a great idea. I really do, but I don't. Maybe
they're super cool.
Some more next time.
Yeah, they're super cool. I just wish I had an opportunity to buy one.
Yeah, see, I can't sit here and complain because I knew I wasn't going to get in early enough to buy one this time. I'm definitely going to pencil in a game where I am making it in early enough to get one.
We're just going to have a Pink Seats Sprinter representative for the pod, I guess. Just run in and sprint and grab one of the Yetis that are available.
I'll take 4.
So game itself, before we hop into the actual official game notes segment, just any sort of high level thing. And to clarify, what I mean is, just to clarify, thank you for chiming in the Pink Seats party deck. What I mean by a flop, they sold out very quickly. There wasn't enough for all the people who wanted them, which is a good thing because it means the people want them. But again, you had 300 at an event where there's 50,000 people. So what I mean by that is like, at least get a couple grand in stock. Let the people have a chance to actually buy them.
Yeah.
But
fair.
Hey, create a scarce market, get people in the door early, get them buying your concessions instead of hanging out in the parking lot. Hey, I get it. I studied a little business. I understand.
I'll make it in for $1 beer. That's for sure.
Hey, there you go. General observations from the game, though. We can take turns spitballing. So you got any just off the top of your head that you liked?
I was impressed. I was happy with Miller. I mean, I wasn't like overly impressed, overly, pissed off with his performance. I thought it was just fine. Definitely saw areas of improvement, saw things that excited me about him. I didn't know, for one, that he was he even had in his bag to scramble for a touchdown. So I mean, that was nice to see that's there. Offensively, to continue, it's good to see Isaac is still Isaac, and offensive line was getting a push. Couldn't tell much on the back end, if I'm being honest, from the DBs based off of the pass rush and how well the front seven was doing. So I was happy. I left a happy fan, content.
I agree with the Miller Moss statement. I know we had some concerns, but I was actually pleasantly surprised with the zip he was putting on the ball between the numbers. We talked a little bit off air, like about the 2 interceptions, and I know like people box score looking might make a big deal over them. That second one I talked about, man, that's just, if it's not your day, it's not your day. That was actually a perfect ball.
Right.
Just sort of bounced out on the way down and then a bounce off the leg. But the first one, and you sort of noticed it on a lot of the shorter routes outside of the numbers where he wasn't throwing with the same sort of zip that he was on balls between the hashes. So they were sort of fluttering out there a little bit, and that caused the one to airmail. And, if it was a worse throw, it probably sails harmlessly out of bounds. It was just good enough to where Hurry tried to get a hand on it, tip. Unlucky break, but that's still one where if you throw like that against better teams, you could get punished. So if we're just talking exclusively Miller Moss, that's about the only critique I had. Some accuracy wasn't perfect. I'm not going to freak out about a college kid not having perfect accuracy, but just my only critique really, not throwing with the same drive on short outside balls as you are ripping balls up the seam and up the middle of the field.
Right.
Colin Lacy, up and down day. Great punt return, had some good catches, had 2 really bad drops. Seemed like he was pretty critical of himself as well after the game. You like to see that, honestly. Someone who's able to make a realistic assessment.
That could go 50-50 with wide receivers. A wide receiver could sit there and blame 900 different things if they wanted to. I mean, we've all met a receiver that can blame the fly that flew into their face mask and they couldn't see.
So a couple other things I had. Chris Bell had a sneaky good game as well. I think he had, 6 catches for, I believe it was close to 70 yards, if not 70 yards.
Did anyone ever figure out what he did on that penalty? I mean, he had to have said something, right? Is that what everyone came to the conclusion of?
So there was like a little shoulder nudge as he was getting up on the way out. If that's all it took, that's really soft. But it's a blowout game. It's not like a super tight game where that one penalty is going to make or break the result of the game. So maybe you throw it then just to, I guess, make a statement. Right. Or maybe he said something, which as I'm watching the game.
Just keep your mouth shut. It's EKU. We're winning the game. How we're winning the game. Just keep your mouth shut and live to play another down. And then people like us don't even have to mention this stuff on air.
Exactly. It was bugging me, so I looked up 5 catches, 63 yards though. And it was weird because I never really had that. Oh yeah, there's Chris Bell making a play. It just sort of lunch pail, show up, get your catches, and call it a day sort of game. I liked it.
Clearly blocked his ass off too. I mean,
yes,
he was petty, but blocked his ass off because of the long runs. We know those are, the blocking downfield from the receivers is really what springs these second level touchdown runs that you see from guys like Isaac Brown. So,
So actually, while we were sort of on the topic of the Bell penalty, I don't want to wander too far. Penalties, man. Way too many. Way too many. Can't have that, especially once we ended conference play, because our schedule did really freaking good this first weekend. I did not like how well our schedule sort of performed, because it was like, of the games we have left, so not counting EKU, all of our opponents went 9-2. And the 2 that lost were Virginia Tech, whose defense actually looked pretty solid against South Carolina, and Clemson, who played against LSU, who LSU might be the real deal this year. No idea. And then every other team except for one won their game very convincingly. Even Bowling Green and James Madison.
Penalties, especially against a team like Eastern Kentucky, is just stupid. It's stuff that really shouldn't happen. mean, penalties shouldn't happen at all, but really shouldn't happen against a team like Eastern Kentucky because you're not trying to overstrain and overdo anything. You're just going and playing the game. It's just like a guy getting wrapped up in a big game, big moment, quarterback's trying to do too much type deal. So it's just dumb. Should never happen.
Yeah, it's a frustrating sort of deal, but like the holdings, which it seemed like maybe they were pretty touchy when it came to like holding penalties and flags downfield, but those are things that you can't get away with. Hold on, it's going to bug me. I'm going to pull up the team stats now. I want to know how many we committed. I'm pretty sure we were close to cracking triple digits in penalties if we didn't. Yeah, 12 penalties for 106 yards. You're not going to beat good teams doing that.
No, that's something that whenever we play Clemson, if we have 12 penalties, you can expect to throw ass whipping if that happens. Same with Miami.
Yeah. So just to sort of recap the high-level observations before we dive into Vince's game notes, did they meet your expectations for game one? I know we sort of, under the preface, hey, we know it's EKU, we know it's not a thorough test, but we still had expectations coming in. Did they live up to them?
I'd say so. I mean, putting up 50, I would have 17 is not great in my opinion, but I mean, you had the pick six, and it's like there's.
And then they had a short field for the
right.
other touchdown.
There's some factors into that. I was happy for sure leaving the stadium. I was definitely happy, but you saw plenty of things. These are the best wins because you win and you see plenty of things that you can work on and improve on. So it definitely makes those meetings on Sunday and Monday a lot easier for Jeff Brom and company to, figure out what the hell we need to fix before we get to some real games.
Yeah. So, all right. With that, for the first time this year.
Oh, yeah.
Am I going to do it? I'm not going to do it to you. It's time to get down to brass tacks. It's time for everyone's favorite segment, Vince's Game Notes with Vincent Lococo.
And we did have to Google what brass tacks meant before this. So. No, I'm kidding. This was a fun one to look at. We're going to be doing the game notes a little bit different this year than what we have in the past. Hopefully this video works fine and you guys can see it perfectly on your end. But what I love here on this play is we're pulling the Miller Moss had already completed a hitch on this drive and was looking good. This play is set up perfectly from the inside receiver you see on the top of the screen right there. He is going to pull that safety out, and we're going to get a dig coming right behind it. We're going to get great pass protection. Everybody runs their routes to perfection, and Miller comes up and delivers a strike. Keith, hit the next one so we can see if this video is going to play or not for these people.
All right. Pink Seats Party Deck. Just confirm in the comments if this works for us or not. So we're counting on you.
Oh, wow. Yep, you see it right here. This is great pass protection. You would have loved to have seen him hit him right in the numbers right there, but still, nonetheless, a ball that is completed downfield. And, Keith, you talked about between the numbers. This is a, decent ball right here. So happy with that for sure.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, this is the type of play I was talking about where Miller's actually throwing with some drive on the ball.
Right, exactly. I love seeing the hitch up that he has right here. Hitches up and just drives in on the ball. So, I mean, there's plenty to love in this play right here, from pass pro to execution from the receivers to execution from the quarterback. Right here, we're doing this is one of the things that I mentioned early on in the year that we're going to love about Miller Moss, and it's his decision-making when it comes to post-motion things. So I'm sure in the playbook he has some form of a decision-making here that if he sees zone, if he sees man, if he sees too many people on one side of the field, he can check and check to something more successful. But he sees man right here, and he definitely sees that we are going to be getting the numbers. And hit the next one, Keith, so we can see the better blocking. We're going to end up pulling Pete right here. I love when we pull the center because then we're really starting to get things moving. The guard is going to be climbing up for number 33, which was the linebacker that was talking a lot of shit on social media. This is going to turn into being a rough play right here for him. But what I love is how much Isaac will push the line of scrimmage here and hit the cutback lane and get upfield north and south, and it's just a great play. Hit the next one, Keith, so we can see. Presses the cutback lane, and he's just off to the races. Now, whenever we get right, boom. The cutback lane is perfect. He's right on the heels of the offensive lineman right there, which is exactly how Coach Barclay is teaching it in their room. This is picture perfect run game right here. I'm sure Coach Owens is thrilled about this. Now, Jacob, if you are in the chat, I'm sure you're very happy to see Clev Lubin showing up on your screen right now. It's just circled based off of the one-on-one matchup. This kid right here, the get off on this play, the quickness of his hands, it is a sight to see. That is for sure. Keith, hit the next one for me so we can see exactly how quick it is. It is just a quick swim move. The next angle right here that Keith is going to get ready to show you guys. Yeah, you see him stick with that outside arm and get his shoulders turned and then just swim over. It's just, it's perfect. There's, thank God he didn't take out
Wes Bailey's knees.
Yeah, Wes Bailey's kneecaps there. But I mean, this is what I want to see more of this year. I was very excited of the grab of Clev Lubin in the portal, and this is why we all should be excited for the rest of the year.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing those two party at the quarterback more often this season.
Yes, no doubt. Now, Coach Maslowski is going to be very excited to be seeing some special teams showing up on my game notes here. You see two guys running. Ball's already caught by Lacy. They're running downfield, and they're not really in phase here. They have, a decision to make in this short instance where they could either block in the back, hold, do something stupid, or they can do what they're taught and spring a touchdown. And that's what we're going to see here on the next clip that Keith's going to show. Perfect. This is exactly how they teach you. You can't crack back anymore. And if you lose, if you lose your angle, they're just going to teach you to run straight past with your arms up and basically box the guy out. And that's exactly what you get right there. And it's up to Lacy to win his one-on-one battle, wins his one-on-one battle. And we're going to get even better blocking downfield that I love because we're holding our one-on-one blocks and we're not doing anything stupid. You see hips are engaged from both guys right here. Good hand placement from one, not so great from the other. But what I love is he knows when to let go. We're not sitting there holding on. There's no reason to. You have to trust Colin Lacy's speed and the speed of him just getting downfield and being a downhill runner. These guys aren't going to be able to come off of this block and make a play on this realistically. Keith, next one we'll be able to see the full clip. You see right here, perfect teach tape right there. I'm sure Maslowski will be using that in a PowerPoint at a coaching convention at some point, and we're off to the races.
What was that, 86? I think that's Jacob Stewart here. Just coming up, wait for it. You see him at the top of the screen with a pancake and then hands immediately up. Boom.
Yep. Yeah! Yep. Love it. I absolutely love it. This is stuff right here that that'll win you big games. If we do this against Clemson and we do this against Miami, the odds and percentages of you winning the football game definitely go up. So this is awesome to see in week one that guys are just buying into every single football play. So we're on to the Lacy deep ball. We are getting the deep post that you're seeing right next to the L&N logo is going to be pulling that safety. Another kind of really similar to what we were looking at earlier. Lacy's going to notice it's a one high safety right here and decide to break it off in front of the guy's face. Lacy sets up his route well. The receiver over the L&N logo, I think that might be Chris Bell, sets his route up well. It's all about how they set this up to make it look like one thing when it's really something else. Hit the next angle for me right here, Keith. Oh, go back one more. What I also love is the fact that we're pulling offensive linemen on pass plays. That's something in the Jeff Braun, Bobby Petrino offenses that is just something to get linebackers thinking, and it's not fun to play against. That's for damn sure. So next angle right here, you'll be able to see exactly what Lacy's looking at. So you can see Lacy's head looking at that guy's hips. And Lacy's thinking, if I just continue to sell vertical, if I continue to sell this like it's a go route, I'll be able to break this across his face and I'll be wide open for a big play. Should be a touchdown. Next clip, Keith. I would have loved for Miller to put this ball a little bit more out to where I have it circled, maybe even a little flatter than that. Just so, Lacy has the speed to run underneath this ball. You can see he's throttling down by the image. And then whenever Keith will show the next clip, you'll be able to really see that Lacy does have to throttle down. And if this ball is put out more out in front, it could probably be a touchdown.
And that's one of the things elite quarterbacks do is rather than Try to push it downfield for your guy to get open. Throw guys open across the field, like you were saying, Vince. Put that ball like a little closer to the 50 on the numbers as opposed to trying to drive it
exactly
up to
a
the
little
40.
bit more over the 50-yard line. Let's wait for it to rewind for us right here. You'll get to see perfectly. Lacy just sets it up. It's all about selling that go, getting the DB to think that you're running a vertical route whenever you're really not running a vertical route, getting up on his toes like that. And Tutu Atwell used to have this down pat, so it's awesome to see Colin Lacy also doing well with this route. Where are we at right here? So we have hit the next clip for me, Keith.
Yep, Lacy blocking a safety.
Perfectly. Yep. We get the thing that I love is the motion that's coming across this. It's notifying which guy that you have. Stuff can get confusing for wide receivers, especially whenever you start to see the moving parts on the back end. Everybody's shifting down, but it also is another thing to tell Miller Moss, hey, we have man coverage. It's another thing that, lets Isaac know, hey, there's man coverage right here. This is probably how we're going to be blocking this. So the next one, you'll be able to see, hit the next one so we can see the video, Keith. I mean, it is just perfect. And then the speed and acceleration right there from Isaac is what you love.
That's just absurd. Like
the ability to have your shoulders turned right there and to be able to go.
He is even in stride with that EKU corner at the 50-yard line and ends up outrunning him by 7 or 8 yards in a 50-yard dash. His speed's just absurd.
So whenever you're watching this play, watch Chris Bell. He doesn't even touch his guy right there, but just the motion of him going out to the threat of him blocking is making his guy think. He's thinking. He's having to slow his feet down, and that's all Isaac Brown needs to gain yards on you. It's kind of funny how good this guy is.
Yeah, just unreal speed. We got to enjoy him.
Yep, enjoy him while we still have him. So this is a awesome concept. It kind of looks similar to the play we just saw with Isaac scoring a touchdown, different formation, but football all kind of mirrors itself in a weird way. You're going to get a post right there to clear out, and then you're just getting a simple wheel coming right underneath, the simple shark wheel. Hit the next clip, Keith, so we'll be able to see Miller's got the ball out right here. Perfect timing. Love everything about this play up until the next clip that Keith's going to show where the ball's slightly underthrown. And this is another one where it's just like, man, put it out there a little bit further. Now it's caught. It's a touchdown. It's a great play by Duke. Was it Keywan?
Duke. Duke Watson.
It was a great play. Yeah, great play by Duke, but it could have been a great ball and a great catch instead of just a great catch. Hit the full clip for me, Keith. You'll be able to see the video better. You see ball out there. And Keith and I were talking earlier. It didn't seem like he put all of it into this. Like, just give it a little bit more oomph, Miller, and it'll be the perfect ball right in the corner of the end zone. But, I mean, hey, nonetheless, a touchdown's a touchdown. I just fear that this could potentially be an interception against a better competition.
Yeah. I also, just one minor thing that I love, the rollout action to move the safeties. Like, you'll see Miller sort of roll out towards the bottom of the screen to move the safeties, knowing that they have that backside wheel and that they're going to get the safety out of the way, so it's wide open.
Right.
And scene.
This is one right here that I just absolutely love. There's nothing better than Watts right here, just coming and just filling a gap. Second level player. This is what shuts down run games, folks. I mean, just notifying run, IDing run, and pulling your trigger. This is pure teach tape. This is meet me in the hole, man on man, and we get the better of him. So this is pretty much hammer and nail scenario. You have to make a decision in your head, and I'm happy that we have the right guy back there.
Yeah, Antonio Watts definitely going to be the hammer more often than the nail this year.
So this is I'm going to group these two interceptions of Miller's together. So you're about to watch the tipped pass, and then you're going to watch the other ball as well. This one right here is just truly a bad ball, probably his worst ball on the day. Would have loved for him to have put it more on the outside shoulder of the receiver, and obviously more just on the numbers, down more. I'm not sure if this one just got away from him. Maybe we'll be able to see in the full video if maybe he stepped in a bucket. Or, yeah, that's where you see how close it is. If you put it on the outside shoulder a little bit more, maybe we get away with this tip pass. Maybe. But still, you have to put this one on him.
or just miss worse. It's just sort of like a perfect little concoction of not your best effort and how these mistakes can compound and make things worse.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it just sort of sails on
And just
him.
not, yeah. It doesn't look like he stepped in a bucket. Doesn't look like anything happened. Just didn't look like his best effort of a ball on the day,
And
if I'm
now,
being honest.
just to sort of devil's advocate, you're up 41 to nothing. I I get
That
it,
that's true. But
but
at the same time, if we go back in this video, continue to let the video play out, we'll
no.
be at the very beginning. You see we have 1, 2 guys
Oh,
open on hitches right there in front of him. It's like take your easy money.
yep.
You have 2 guys open right in front of you. Hit your back right here, man. Take easy money. Take it while we can get it right here. And that's one thing that the team we're playing next week has to think of. Oh, Miller Moss can dump it down to the running back at any point. That could be 6 to 8 yards right there. Don't want that to happen. Got a game prep for that. So it's just all about the right decision making. But I mean, he'll get better as the year goes on. This next one, Keith hit the last clip for us on Vince's game notes, and we'll bring it on out here. This was not his fault at all. I mean, this is
No,
probably
that's a
it's probably
perfect
his
ball.
best ball today. Honestly, it's a damn shame it had to come on an interception. It's even
Like,
worse. He did throw both interceptions to beat up this. That
like I paused it on this frame just to show like only our guy can catch it. Perfect placement. Just such bad luck, man.
I mean,
Don't
what are
pl-
the odds it hits off his foot?
like don't play the lottery that day, Miller. It won't go your way.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, this was a great ball. I mean, I was very happy with this. Look at that. I mean, the
That's just
kick at the end, which I get it. I would have kicked 2 to try and make it go up, so maybe it falls into my arms. But this is
man.
nuts right here. I'm not holding this one over Miller Moss's head at all. I was happy overall. Like I said, Keith, I thought it was a great day. I'm happy the video worked for everybody as well.
Yeah, glad that worked, and that's going to be a fun little component to add sort of as we go on the recap shows. So so we sort of got to put the game notes on. So next, I guess, time for helmet stickers and MVPs. So a couple of helmet stickers, just off the top of my head, and I'm just thinking of guys that I'm gonna do helmet sticker and not give MVP to. Lacy, you had the 2 drops, but you get a punt return touchdown. You get a helmet sticker. Good job. Chris Bell, good workman-like effort. Good job blocking on the day. A couple of young guys who I really liked. Trent Carter came in and he was thumping. Like he was making some
Right.
contact with some dudes. That's going to be an exciting kid to watch. And he got a sack. And then Micah Carter, young guy, I believe St. X kid, ended up, I don't think he recorded a sack. I think he got a couple tackles on the day, though. But dude got reps with
He's
the
gonna be
twos
fun
and
to
looked
watch.
really good doing it, too.
Fun to watch.
He's got the same sort of frame as AJ Green. I think he's got a little bit more meat on his bones, but he's just got those long arms and those long limbs where if he can put it all together, that kid will be a special edge rusher.
Yep. Yep.
Any other helmet stickers you want to go out before we start talking MVPs?
For me, I mean, no. Helmet sticker wise, no. I would definitely support your Lacy. Isaac Brown, maybe giving a helmet sticker, or are you going to give him MVP honors?
I was going to say, so I got a couple guys in mind for MVP. You know what? I'll throw one almost helmet sticker. Like I was getting ready to peel it off the paper to slap it on, but then I had to stick it back on. Rodney Johnson made what was almost the most incredible interception I had seen in a
was
long
awesome.
time.
See, it's hard to give it's hard to give helmet stickers for this game, in my opinion, because they went out and just executed exactly how they were supposed to be. I mean,
Yeah,
you beat the shit out of EKU exactly how you were supposed to.
You did what you were supposed to do. Now, one thing I will say, even if you're playing EKU, I don't necessarily think averaging 30 yards a carry, or pardon me, averaging over 20 yards a carry is something you're supposed to do. So Isaac Brown, whole lot of helmet stickers, if not the MVP. 6 carries, 126 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's incredible work.
His speed, just like what we saw in the game notes, is insane. I mean, we have not seen speed like that in a while, to where he just, I mean, there are guys that are level with him and just gone.
Yeah, and then, of course, the only other person I had on the nomination, well, we'll do an offensive MVP and a defensive MVP. How about that? Clev Lubin, 4 tackles, 2 sacks, including 1 big boy hit on the quarterback. Great day at the office. And yeah, it's EKU, but still, you're going from snap of the ball to making to contact with the quarterback in less than 2 seconds. You're doing something right, man.
It's good to see that, like, he didn't take, I'm hopping up to Louisville, bigger conference, bigger time to play, bigger stage. And, it's good to see he didn't get big-headed and lazy, and he still has that same get-off drive and fire to get after the quarterback. Seemed more of a prove-it game from him than anything. Hey, this is what you guys are going to be seeing the rest of the year is sacks and getting after the quarterback, TFLs in the backfield at all times.
Oh, you know what I do? I got one more helmet stickers for the special teams. Cooper Renvier, 1-1 field goals, 5 for 5 on PAT, scored 8 points on the day. You score 8 points as a kicker, you get a helmet sticker. Good job.
We're giving special team helmet stickers now, huh?
Hey, special teams, special times.
Yeah, that's right.
So there were a couple of choices, I think, for what the play of the game was. Do you have a pick? I feel like there are 2 very obvious ones.
Play of the game could have been the second interception from Miller Moss. That could have been the play of the game if that would have been a completed pass. I mean, definitely Isaac Brown's run is what I'm going to go with this play of the game. I mean,
it's between that or the Lacy punt return, I feel like.
Yeah, Lacy punt return.
Like, those are the 2 big ones. And then the huge sack from Lubin getting off the ball. You talked about it in the game notes if we want to throw a defensive bone. But those were the 3 really big plays that sort of were the perfect summary of Louisville's dominance on the day.
There's nothing better than 50,000 people standing on their feet after a sack. I mean, there's just nothing better, especially a sack like that. Not like bring you down by my arms and sling you to the ground. No, up underneath your chin, full speed, like, oh my gosh, is he going to get up sack?
Exactly. Quarterback's going to take his time, take an extra beat. Like if it was a boxing match, the guy's taking his sweet time and he is waiting until the ref's on 9 3/4 to tap his gloves back together. Yeah. Like, ooh, give me a second. So, Brown's 68-yard touchdown run was mine though as well. Like that was just great block, and then that first cut to make the first man miss, and then just the burner speed. That's not normal. So, quick little session to sort of get close to the end of the pod now. So after the game, we're going to talk a little bit. Are you convinced? I'm going to ask Vince just a couple of questions to see if he is convinced or not, if that the team has showed him something. So first question. Are you convinced Miller Moss is good enough to get Louisville to the ACC championship game?
I am. I will say I'm convinced that he has the ability to get us to the ACC championship game, strictly because of him being a gamer. I mean, he definitely showed a lot that he can do in this game and showed a lot that he can improve on. And that's just like any football game. So it's on Miller to improve on the things that he didn't do well on in EKU. And if he can improve on those things, then I'd say we have a good shot of making it to the ACC championship game, especially with the talent he has around him.
All right. Question 2. Are you convinced that the defense will be better than last year's based off of performance against EKU?
Yes. I think our pass rush this year is going to be sick. I mean, call me stupid. I might be drinking the Kool-Aid after week 1, whatever. Somebody's got to do it around here. But I think the defense definitely will be better.
Okay. Now, this next one, it's a bit of a tricky question because we only got to see it 6 times today, or 6 times Saturday. God, I feel like it's still Saturday. Are you convinced Isaac Brown will be a finalist for the Doak Walker Award?
Yes, I am. And I mean, I think that because you watch how Notre Dame was giving it to Love and some of these other backs around the country. I genuinely think we have the best running back in all of college football. I mean, this dude is a stud, yards after contact, all of it. He's the full package when it comes to running back. And I bet he'll be a finalist, if not win it.
I was going to say, I didn't want to make it win an award because I didn't want to try and shoehorn you into a no, but, if you're a finalist for the Walker, you're having a great year. And then
I think he's got a good shot.
The last one, we know it was against EKU, but he's already made pretty darn good progress on it. Will Clev Lubin get to 12 sacks this year, which would put him 8th for single season at University of Louisville?
I think 12 is doable. I'm gonna say yes on this as well, Keith. And man, I hope I don't sound like an idiot whenever I say yes there. But his get off is just nasty. You go back and watch those clips, the quickness of the hands and the get off. It is very Yasir Abdullah like. Whenever TP was on the show a while back and explaining how quick that get off is of Yasir, it's very similar with Clev. So he could eat in some of these games, especially like EKU, like he just did. JMU could definitely another opportunity to eat that game. So
also, it's just the rush package that we have together on the D line. So when it's an obvious passing down, 3rd and forever, they bump Wes Bailey into the 3 technique with Renee, and then they put AJ Green and Clev Lubin both on. It's just absurd. So that was your 4-pack of questions for Are You Convinced? Local craft breweries, or if you're listening, I know you do sell your beverages in 4-pack cans. Maybe you can sponsor that 4-pack of questions. Just putting it out into the universe.
Just a thought.
So that is just about going to do it for the EKU recap. Again, I want to thank everyone who hopped into the Pink Seats party deck, joining us in the chat over at YouTube. Thank you to all of you tuning in, watching us over on twitter.com. If you haven't, again, a reminder, subscribe to the State of Louisville over on youtube.com. If you haven't, make sure to subscribe on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts for the audio means. And also, go ahead preemptively subscribe to Starting 502, 3rd and Central as well, Louisville baseball and basketball podcasts. A live show coming up this Thursday evening. We got the Thursday night live stream as well, so get ready to hop back into the Pink Seats party deck. We're going to do the preview episode for James Madison.
I would love the Hector's 4-pack sponsor. Would love that. But one more note while we're here. My gracious co-host, Keith, him and I are in this dynasty that you heard us speak about. I played Mark Ennis earlier in the year, won that game. Played Keith the other night, and boys, it did not go as planned.
Redemption.
Lots of turnovers. Dylan Raiola looked awful. You would have thought Haynes King was the second coming of Johnny Manziel, and not good for me. So, Keith, I appreciate you not bringing that up the entirety of the show.
I was going to be nice and keep it off air. Good sportsmanship, bringing it out to light. So I'm 1-1 against the show. I will take it. I won my home game, lost my road game. That's about all you can ask for as a middle of the pack
Jacob
team.
said in his math, the way he does math, you beat me, he beat you. Therefore, he is the smartest football knower.
Oh, is that right? Transitive property.
Yep.
So, well, to dismount off that note, again, another live stream coming up Thursday night. James Madison preview. Get in here if you're cool. And again, if you haven't got your tickets yet for the James Madison game, join the 1912 Society Discord. We talked about it at the beginning of the show. All you got to do, join the Discord and then hop in to participate in their giveaway. They're giving away 2 free tickets to the James Madison game this Friday night. The winner's going to get drawn September 3rd, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So get in before that drawing and you have a chance to win a place by Cards fans, for Cards fans. You'll have a great time. Vince, thank you for joining. Looking forward to talking James Madison with you and Jacob coming up Thursday night. And again, thank you to the Pink Seats Party Deck for joining us on From the Pink Seats podcast live